Feeding your baby and recognizing early feeding cues. Early feeding cues should be our sign to recognize that baby is looking to be fed. They might be lying in the cot, munching, pulling at their lips, or maybe doing some movements of their head. By the time baby gets to late feeding cues, this is what we know as when a baby is crying, really crying, maybe red in the face. This will not be a great time to be able to try and latch the baby, as baby will be frustrated and over hungry and over anxious. This is why we advocate getting your baby to the breast in those early feeding cue stage. So your baby's lying in the crib, recognize the fact they're starting to wake, they're stretching. Maybe it has been a long time since they've had a feed. Maybe it's only been half an hour. Look at it as the fact this could be a feeding cue. Take your baby out and get them in the position as to where they will find to be able to latch to the breast. Always for latching your baby, it's position your body, position your baby, and then maybe position your breast last. But you shouldn't be looking to get your baby moved in the opposite direction, okay? So you want to bring your baby to you, tummy to mummy. Baby's tummy turned right in towards mummy at the time. Bottom should be lower than baby's head, okay? With their legs brought right around the side if possible. Now when your baby is there, your baby's hands will be moving, so look for a comfortable spot for where you can get baby's hands. And then baby's nose should be right over onto the nipple. So, like this, we want the baby's mouth to be open and nipple, nose to nipple. And baby's mouth open at the time. And wait for that good wide open mouth where that baby's going to take as much of the breast in as possible. You might have to hold your breast. Remember I said positioning your breast should be one of the last things you should look to do. You might have to hold your breast for your baby. Therefore, using a C hold. Think of your index finger and your thumb. A C hold will help to hold the breast out from the areolae. I don't want you in here. Out a step. Move about 1.5 to 2 centimeters out from the base of the nipple. Use this and then allow your baby to latch. Your baby will latch and fix at the breast. This is where questions come to me often. Will it be painful? Should it be painful? How long should it be painful for? I would always say to people, yes, there will be a sensation there. For everyone, this might be different. But what I should say to you is, the longest it should last for is anything between 20 and 30 seconds. If you find your baby is here, fixed at the breast and feeding in their position, you're not having to do a huge pile for them, they're happily feeding, it's not painful, that's absolutely fine. However, if you feel your baby is here, feeding at the breast, you're coming to a minute. Remember, you're in the hospital. The midwife is there with you. You're coming to the minute point of where your baby's on. You don't feel it's beginning to get any more comfortable, then I would be delatching my baby. And how you delatch your baby might be moving your hand around in the opposite position to where you were holding. Put your baby finger into the side of baby's mouth and break the seal of suction. I don't want you pulling baby's head directly off the breast. That's going to cause extreme pain and excoriation of your nipple. So you want to just break that seal gently and take baby off. And start back again. So again, you bring baby face down onto the tummy, allow them to be in the vicinity of where the breast is, and allow them to start to mooch to be able to get their self-latch. They will get a much deeper latch rather than if you were to be here and directing them. Other ways we can position our baby might be using a rugby ball hold. So the rugby ball hold will be bringing your baby round to this side, okay? You will be using the C hold to hold the baby. And again, you need to be comfortable. I don't want you to be feeling that you're not comfortable at the time. If your feet are not balanced on the floor, if you're sitting in a chair, your feet should be balanced on a footstool. If your feet are not, you're not going to be able to withstand this hold for much longer. In the early days, while you're inside in the hospital, ideally it's feeding in the bed you should be doing, because your body will be totally rested at the time. And it will mean if you're rested and relaxed, you're more inclined to be able to get baby on. So football hold can be sometimes used to maintain a deeper latch for those of us that can't manage to get a latch when the baby is just lying straight across our tummy. And a football hold is something that if you do require it, the midwife will help you to be able to do it, okay? But the basis of it is the very same. You're holding baby tummy, again, faced in towards you, and nose is directly to the nipple, okay? And you might have to hold your breast again so as to be able to give the baby that angle to be able to open their mouth. You always want the nipple to be towards the roof of the mouth and not straight in. You want that baby to be able to take as much of this breast tissue in as possible so that they can maintain the deepest latch possible.